Hello guys, welcome back to our channel Apna Tutors. In last video we had completed our exercise 1.1. So from this video we are going to start with our new exercise 1.2. Before starting exercise 1.2, I have pasted one pamphlets here which you can see. You can refer this if you want by pausing the video. It may be helpful for you before starting this exercise. Maybe it will revise you the concepts which we had did in introduction video, like 1 on 2 and bijective. So let's start the new exercise with very high energy. So let's do question 1. So what does question 1 tells? So that the function f from r star to r star defined by f of x equals to 1 upon x is 1 and onto, where r star means the non-zero real numbers. Okay, so further they are asking, is this result to if the domain is replaced by the natural number and codomain being the same as r star. Okay, so let's do. First of all, we have to show that f of x equals to 1 upon x is 1 and onto, and domain and codomain is r minus 0. R star means r minus singleton 0, that is 0 is not involved in the domain and codomain. So I have told you how to do 1 and onto, whether function is 1 and onto. I have shown you the method to find it. So how we do 1. We take arbitrary x1 and x2 from the domain. Here our domain is r star, and we take such that f of x1 is equals to f of x2. To show that function is 1, we need to show x1 will be same as x2. So our given function by given definition of function, f of x1 will be 1 upon x1 and f of x2 will be 1 upon x2, and this will implies, as x1 and x2 are not equals to 0, right, as domain is having real minus 0, so this will imply x2 equals to x1. So we are done, right? We had shown that function f is 1. So we are done. Now let's show it is onto also. So onto, how will show onto? For every point in codomain, we should have some point in domain for which image is that point in codomain. So let's take y belongs to codomain. Our codomain is here r star. That means we need to find what we need to show. So there exists some x belongs to r star such that f of x is equals to 1 upon, f of x equals to y. We need to show this. We need to find some x whose image is y. So I will give some intuition idea how this x will be. First of all, you tell me what will be f of x. Your f of x will be 1 upon x, and you want this to be equals to y. Okay, so what should be your identical x, or sorry, not identical, what should your typical x from the here this definition? It should be 1 upon y, right? So let's see whether 1 upon y works or not. Take x equals to 1 upon y. Here take is not required. Let y belongs to r star. Now let's see what will be f of x. F of x should be 1 upon x, that is 1 upon y. So this will be same as y. So that's what we wanted, right? We wanted some x such that f of x equals to y, which implies our function is onto. So we had shown 1 and we had also shown onto. What further this question is asking? If we replace the domain r star by n, whether and codomain being same as r star. Okay, so domain we had replaced by a natural number and codomain being same as r. So we need to identify whether it is 1 and onto or not. Okay, So suppose you are taking from codomain. First I am showing why it is not onto. So let me do further where suppose in domain r star is replaced by n, and codomain codomain r star is same as before. Okay, so I am telling it will be not onto, sorry, not 1 1 and not onto. Why? I will show you. Not 1 1 first of all. Why? Take from the codomain. Suppose I am taking sorry, I wrote little bit wrong. It should be not onto. It will be 1 1. First of all, I will show it will be not onto. So take y equals to what we can take. Suppose I am taking 1.2. Okay, so there does not exist any x belongs to natural number such that f of x equals to 1.2. You will ask why so. So suppose such x involved. Suppose such x involves this x belongs to natural number. Okay, suppose such x belongs to natural number involves such that f of x equals to 1.2. Now you tell me what is f of x. It should be 1 over x equals to 1.2, which will imply 1 over 1.2 equals to x, but x belongs to natural number and this is not natural number. So this says that x is not natural number, which is false, right? So our x should be such x will not involve such that f of x equals to 1.2, which implies that our f is not on 2. Okay, so we had shown it is on 2. Now showing 1 1 is quite easy. The same way which we did for r star, we can same do for natural number also. That is by taking f of x1 equals to f of x2, where x1 x2 belongs to natural number. Here this will imply x1 equals to x2 as natural number, so they are not 0, so we can have this, so which will implies 1 1. So 1 1 is quite easy. So we are done, right? When we replace r star by n, the function is not on 2, but yeah, it is 1 1. So let's move to next slide. So next question is check the injectivity and surjectivity of the following functions. First I will tell you that injective is another name of 1 1. Okay, so injective and 1 1 are same, and surjective and onto are same. They are just another name of 1 1 and onto. So we have to check surjectivity and injectivity of this functions. First of all, first function, f is from natural numbers to natural number given by f of x equals to x square. Okay, so whether it is 1 1, whether it is onto or not. So suppose for 1 1, what we do? We first do f of x1 equals to f of x2, where x1 x2 belongs to natural numbers, which will imply x1 square equals to x2 square. As these are natural number, they are not negative, so of course only possibility is x1 equals to x2. In other cases you will see what will happen, that why it will not be onto in some other cases, because their negative numbers will also be allowed, so that will contradicts that x1 will equals to x2, but in natural number case it is will get x1 equals to x2, right? Why? Since x1 and x2 belongs to natural number, that is x1 x2 are greater than 0. This imply f is 1 1. Okay, now let's show it is onto or not. Whether it is onto or not. So as for every natural number we should find some natural number. Okay, so can you tell me that for as 3 belongs to natural number, but there does not exist any x belongs to natural number such that f of x equals to 3. Why I am saying like this? Because f of x is what? X square. So there does not exist any natural number whose square is 3, because 3 is not perfect square, right? So there does not exist any natural number such that x square equals to 3, which implies we had found one point from domain whose there does not exist any pre-image. Thus function is not onto. F is not onto. This second means onto, I was saying. So we had shown f is not onto. Now let's do next question, that is second part. So first is 1 1 but not onto, and second I was telling, because in second integers are involved, that is negative numbers are also involved. So suppose f of x1 equals to f of x2, that is x1 square equals to x2 square, but this does not implies x1 equals to x2. Why? Take suppose, you should not write this in exam, you should directly write this. Take x1 equals to -1 and x2 equals to 1, which will imply f of x1, which will be 1, which will be same as f of x2. So we had found two different numbers whose image is same, hence function is not 1 1, right? So you got it right, that when negative numbers are involving, function is not becoming 1 1. Now as we did for first part, it will not be onto. Take again y as 3, that does not exist any x such that f of x equals to y, which is 3. Okay, because none of the integer square is 3. Okay, so next let's move to third question, that is r to r. Third part is r to r. In that, let's see whether it is 1 1 or not. Again you take -1 and 1, this is x1 and this is x2, then f of x1 is equals to 1 is equals to f of x2, but x1 is not equals to x2, which gives f is not 1 1. Now whether it is onto or not, now it will be onto. Why so? Because now whole real number is involved. So let y belongs to r, that is from codomain. This I am talking about codomain. Now you should find some x in domain whose image is y. So take x equals to under root of y. Now you can take it, because now there is no restriction that it is integer or natural number. So this will imply f of x will be under root of y squared, that is y. So for every codomain, for every point in codomain, there involves some pre-image, which shows that function is onto. Now you similarly do the fourth and fifth part. They are same, they are for only x cube. You can similarly find these points. So that's it for the today's video. We had did two questions where we had understood the property of injectivity and surjectivity, that is 1 1 and onto. So in next question we will in next video we will do more further questions. Till the time, have a good day and hope you are doing some good practice. So keep doing. Thank you.